Greetings, fellow light workers, wherever you are on this beautiful earth, planet, place. How are you all doing? Hopefully hanging in there. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. I'm Kimberly, and I am here with a lot of pretty controversial information again. Last time we did this video with myself and Brian, we shared a lot of controversial stuff. And the time before that, and now here's number 3, another controversial video. So anyways, before we start this lovely roller coaster ride of a video, which you're going to want to maybe take some notes, you may want a pen and a paper. I just want to, first of all, give a disclaimer. Everything in this video is entertainment purposes only. Use your judgment. Go and do some research. Research everything. Research. And take what resonates from this video and leave the rest behind. If you don't like something, then just leave it, you know? I don't expect you all to agree with me. I am sharing my personal beliefs and opinions and also information from other beings like Yeshua on this channel. And if you don't like what we have to say here, sometimes I share messages from Miriam of Magdalene. Sometimes I share messages from Archangel Michael. Sometimes I share messages from the Creator that I receive. But if anything doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I do not have an expectation for everybody to agree with everything I say all the time. We are all unique humans. We all have our own belief systems and our own ways of ascending and learning as a spirit on this classroom earth. So I'm not going to get offended if you don't like what I'm sharing. Just like, you know, my family doesn't like anything I have to say, but then again, they're all asleep and think that I'm a 100% conspiracy theorist. So there you go. Anyways, I do want to say thank you so much to all the beautiful, wonderful light warrior brothers and sisters who have been donating to the work that I do here. Every dollar that you send me is spent to pay for things like my Zoom account, my website, all this stuff that I'm doing to help the collective, because all the activities I do to help the collective cost me money, and I don't have any money coming in from anywhere except for if you sign up for a class or you buy a book. And if you buy a book, it's just a couple bucks is all I'm getting. But I don't have a day job anymore. So this is my day job. My day job is helping the collective. So whatever you guys send me definitely helps me. It also helps to put food on the table, all that fun kind of thing. I am not a millionaire person or even a wealthy person. And the reason why is because I'm being kept, let's just say I'm being kept small and hidden so that the dark ones can't take me out. Because if I wanted to be a multimillionaire, I could easily go do that. But I would have to sell my soul to the devil, which I'm not willing to do. And I'd have to go and do terrible things to little ones, which I would not do in 1 trillion gazillion years or ever in the history of the universe. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who supports this work I'm doing here. And if you find my information of value, please like my videos, share them with others who are like-minded. Do not share them with asleep people. They will hate my videos. And also, please comment. And if you have any questions, you know, you can always ask questions in the comments. I do my best to answer everybody. There's some people once in a while who I won't answer because either I just don't know what to say, or they're saying something that is just way out of my, how do you want to say, just way over my head. So, anyways, with that all being said, so I've got a lot to go over with you today. And at the end of this video, we will be doing a guided meditation and prayer. We're going to do a prayer first and then a guided meditation to help what we will be praying for. We're going to help manifest what we are praying for with the guided meditation. And what I'm going to be going over with you today, just so you all understand what this all is I sat down with Yeshua, Archangel Michael, and Miriam today, the three of them, and I asked them a bunch of questions, a lot of personal questions, but also a lot of questions about things that are going on the earth right now. Horrific, terrible things that everybody is freaking out about, and lots of fear porn going around the internet. And I wanted to be able to calm you all down and get rid of your fear, help you annihilate the fear, because you shouldn't have it at all. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And I just had a lot of questions, curiosities and stuff that I know a lot of my friends and a lot of you want to know. So I'm going to go through all these, and then we will do a beautiful prayer and meditation. Yeah, that's what we're going to do today. And Friday, so today is Tuesday, the 5th, March 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo to anybody who celebrates that holiday. When I was younger, we used to celebrate it by standing in line to get really good margaritas. But I don't drink alcohol anymore due to it lowering frequency too much. So, and making me sick. It just makes me violently sick. Probably because it lowers the frequency. So, but yeah, back in the day, I used to like margaritas. Peacharitas were probably my favorite. Melon margaritas. They have these green ones that are made with some sort of a melon liqueur, I believe. Those were really good. Pina coladas, all that kind of stuff. Used to go and have that for Cinco de Mayo, along with tacos, of course. Got to have the tacos. But anyways, so today is 5/5, and 5/5 is a day of change. And so this information I have, lots of pages of notes here, oh my gosh, has to do with a lot of change that is coming. There are some things that they brief me on that I am not allowed to talk about at all with you guys. Things happening on the earth, things coming on the earth. They always tell me about all kinds of stuff that's up and coming, and then they tell me what I can share and what I can't share. There's a lot of stuff I can't share thanks to the bad guys, spying on all of us all the time. One thing I want to say, because I didn't ask him about this today, but then I saw 2 videos after I did all these notes, was in Europe, there's an American woman went on vacation to France or Germany or somewhere in Europe, and they gave her a brand new car. And the brand new car was basically spying on her. It was analyzing how she was sitting, and she wasn't sitting up straight enough. And it basically cut the car while she was driving. It just went dead on her and said, you need to sit up based on our analysis or whatever of you need to sit up in your seat. Apparently this technology is being put into all the new cars in Europe. And in the United States, after I think starting 2027, all the cars are going to have a kill switch in them. Congress actually passed this, by the way, for all of you who don't know. If you buy a car made in 2027 or beyond, it will have a kill switch. The government will be able to turn your car off at will whenever they darn well feel like it. Or the car itself, which will be run by AI, will turn itself off whenever it feels like it. If it thinks that you could be sitting there humming while you're driving, and if it doesn't like your humming, it will turn off the car on you, which could cause a car accident and kill a lot of people, including yourself. This whole thing that they're doing, they're setting up all the new cars as a surveillance state car. All the cars will all be surveilling you. They're already gathering a lot of the smart cars, and the ones with the GPS and everything are already gathering as much info, especially when you put Apple Play in there with your into your car. They're basically monitoring everything. They're going to know everything that you like to do, everything you think, everything, every time you fart. I mean, they're pretty much going to know everything in these future cars. So luckily for us, the timelines are going to be splitting off here pretty shortly, where we have everybody go off on this 3D dystopian thing, and the rest of us will be going off on the Ascension 5D timeline. And us people on the Ascension timeline, we will not have cars that monitor our every thought and movement and whatever. But the people in 3D absolutely will have those everywhere. So, all right. So let's get through all this information as best as possible. So the first question I asked about, and I might be using, just to warn you, I might be using code words and spelling out stuff to you. Please forgive me for that, but I do not want my channel shut down, and I'm going to be sharing very controversial stuff. And in the comments, I would appreciate if you don't put the word ISRAEL in there. Do not put IRA N in there. Do not put the word TRUMP in there, because it's going to call attention to the video and maybe get my channel in trouble. So you can use code language if possible. I'd appreciate it in your comments, because certain country names and certain people's names will set it all off and get me into trouble. So don't do it. So the first question I asked had to do with the fact that farmers and other people are videotaping boxes of ticks that are being put on, dropped down by airplanes or whatever, or people or whatever on farms all over the place. They're finding dead viper snakes python snakes, not vipers, pythons all over Florida, and that are covered with ticks, and they're dead, and they have ticks all over their faces and everywhere, mostly in their faces. I don't know why the ticks go for the head mostly, but they seem to. They go for their picture. It had, the video I saw had pictures of dogs with all the ticks all filled up in their ears. I don't know why they like to do that, but they like to go for the ears and the face. They go into the face of these dogs. There were dead deers that had all these black lumps all over it. Those were all ticks that had embedded and planted themselves in there and did stuff. And they're putting them all over the farms. People are getting them all over them. And these ticks are armed and dangerous. They were grown in labs, and they were grown with Lyme disease and also a thing called alpha-gal, which makes you have anaphylaxis if you eat meat, especially red meat and also dairy, anything that comes from bovine. And some people are reacting to just all meat when they get this. And it's putting people in the hospital like crazy. The ERs apparently are filling up with people in certain parts of the country that are having this. They get bit by these ticks, and now they have anaphylaxis. People have actually been dying from this. And Pfizer company already created a hokey pokey to stick into you to prevent Lyme and all that. They had it already created before these weaponized ticks were put out, because the whole thing is to infect all the animal population, all the human population with these things. This is basically the newest scamdemic. So the last scamdemic we know was COVID. This is the new scamdemic, and it's tick spread diseases. So they've got that going. They have other diseases that they're trying to spread. Right now there's a cruise ship where the people are being kept in quarantine on the cruise ship for up to 2 months, that's off the coast of Africa, and the people have hantavirus. They have hantavirus, which comes from rats and mice. Now, they scoured the entire ship for rats and mice, and they found 0. So what that tells me is the cabal was up to their usual antics, and they either put it in the food on the ship, or they sprayed it through the ducts like they did. There was a while ago, they had a breakout of Legionnaire's disease, and that was created by them pumping it through the filtration system through the air conditioner, and the air people were breathing in their hotel rooms. People were getting it in hotel rooms. So they put these diseases into cruise ships now, and all over. They're trying to create a hantavirus pandemic, and it spreads like wildfire from person to person. And this is a big cruise ship. It had like a couple hundred people on board, and 3 people dead from this virus on board, and like 8 others or more that are very sick. And everyone on the ship's being put into quarantine. And they're saying possibly 2 months. How would you like to be stuck on a cruise ship off the coast of Africa, not going anywhere, not allowed on the shore, like just in the ship, stuck in your room every day, all day long for 2 months, having food delivered to you by people wearing masks and gloves? And I mean, can you imagine how horrible this is? So they're creating these different pandemics. The third pandemic, which I'll talk about in a minute, that they're creating is called Marburg. They're trying to push that. I asked Yeshua about that. So I asked him about the ticks. I'm like, is this going to be allowed? Because they are just dumping infested ticks all over the damn United States. I don't know if they're doing this in other countries, but they're definitely always trying to depopulate the USA. So this is what Yeshua's answer, and Michael and the whole gang, what they had to say about this. The ticks are being dropped by the dark ones to create a new pandemic, and so they can sell more of their pokes. He used the word V, but I'm not going to say that word because I don't want my channel shut down. To sell more hokey pokeys. It is being allowed. Oh, I asked him, why is this being allowed? Why are you guys allowing them to now do this? And they're killing hundreds, maybe thousands of animals with these things. They're dropping dead people's pets, animals in the forest, birds. I mean, they're all getting attacked by these damn ticks. And he said that it is being allowed to wake up more people. The humans coming down sick with the alpha-gal or Lyme disease took an oath before they came into their body, their human avatar, to be an example for humanity and to help wake more people up. So they're allowing it. The dark ones are creating it. The light ones are allowing it to continue for a little while to wake up more people. It will get stopped though. He said all the ticks on this planet, every one of them will be completely disappeared and removed from the earth during the purification event. And that's coming soon, any day now. So, all right. So I asked, and I'm not sure if this is further down in my notes, because I asked where these ticks, who created these ticks? Where did I put that in the parasites I talked about here. We're going to go into parasites later. That was another big one I asked about. Okay, so who created the ticks were the Anunnaki, the Draco, and the Greys were involved in creating those originally on this planet to be a plague to humanity. And the same with all the parasites on the earth. Those were created by a combination of created and weaponized by the Anunnaki, the Greys, and the Draco. Sorry, just a second, guys. I'm going to take my coat off. I'm getting kind of hot in here. I put a coat on because it was cool in here, and now it's getting warm. But I also get really warm when I start talking to you all because I'm channeling a lot of energies through me and stuff. So there's that. But anyways, now the second one that I asked him about, I'm like, what about this Marburg? They're trying to create another scamdemic with Marburg. It causes people to bleed out of their orifices and die. It's got like a 90% or more death rate, maybe even higher than that. It's maybe even closer to 100. It's a really high death rate. It's pretty bad. And I asked, what are you guys doing about this? Because they have quite a few people all over Africa who have had it. And it's always Africa or Asia where they start a lot of these illnesses. And then they bring them over to the States. So this is going to kind of blow your mind because this blew my mind. I was honestly shocked when he answered the question. He said, it is not a real illness. It is caused by humans being targeted with military-grade devices that use microwaves and radiation. They are lying to you. It is not a virus. Okay? So, that is what Yeshua says. He says they are lying to us. It is, he actually said the military industrial complex was using weapons. The cabal was using weapons. They were targeting specific people and giving this to them and then going and targeting a bunch in that area. So like they would hit like 4 or 5 people in a village or something and say, oh yeah, it's spreading. It's a virus that's spreading. No, it's because they targeted a bunch of different people in a cluster. So you would think it was spreading. So there's that. And I said, well, what's going to happen with this? He said, don't worry. It's not going to be allowed to go on much longer. It will be stopped, and it's definitely going to be gone forever when the event happens. Okay, moving on. Number 3, because I've got so many things to go over with you that I asked. I asked about the country I that ends with N, 4-letter word. That has the beautiful Persian people. I will say that word, Persian people. So I asked, when is this going to end? Because they've been targeting the UAE with missiles for the last 2 days. Just blowing up places like crazy in UAE. In fact, they've been sending missiles to, I think, Qatar, Dubai, all the countries around them. And these are all Arab nations that are very friendly with the U.S. They have a really positive, good relationship with the United States. And they're basically making all their neighbors into total, complete enemies. And honestly, this is my personal opinion. The only way that this thing will get stopped in real time is if all of the Arab brothers get together, all those countries get together and they put boots on the ground and they go into country I and they kick some ass on their guard, on their military guard. It's the only way. They're going to need boots on the ground to go in. The bad guys in that country have literally been going door to door, every single house, like going door to door, looking for anyone who has Elon Musk's, what's it called, Stargate. The Stargate, or not Stargate, Starlink, sorry. Starlink has Elon Musk Starlink, and they are beating them to death in front of their family, executing them in front of their family, or pulling them out and putting them into jail. There was a really good-looking 40-year-old businessman whose picture was plastered all over the internet the last several days. They went into his house, and he was a father of 2 little kids, and they basically beat him to death in front of his family because he had Starlink. So this is what they're doing. So I asked Yeshua and Michael, I'm like, what are you guys doing about this? And he said, quote unquote, the Arab nations are going to take the bad country I infrastructure out. Okay, they're going to take them out. That's what he said. He said that, so what I was hoping will happen, he claims is going to happen. He says that the Arab countries will, along with our help, with our military, obviously, will go in there and do some butt kicking. In the meanwhile, the Strait of Hormuz is still a shit fest. If you turn on the news, you will see it. And there's all sorts of lovely posts showing that they were messing with GPS. Country I, their military, was messing with all of our GPS and a bunch of stuff, tracking boats, and it looked like boats were disappearing and then reappearing over here and jumping around and bouncing around, and they were basically, excuse my language, fucking with the GPS. So they're about to get taken out any day now. We're just waiting. We're just sitting back and eating our popcorn, I guess, waiting for the psychopaths to be taken out. In the meanwhile, we're gonna pray today for all of the beautiful, peaceful, loving Persian people that are being murdered, raped, gang raped, all the terrible things that they're doing to them. We're gonna pray for them. Okay, number 4. In the last 2 videos, I had told you all that Yeshua had said that David Wilcock was a fractal of Archangel Michael's brother. So many of you in the comments had said he's a fractal of Lucifer then, because Lucifer's Michael's brother. Okay, so first of all, Lucifer was never Michael's brother. No. Lucifer was actually like a high-level angel who is like the head of all the music program in heaven, which is why he uses music to sabotage humanity with the heavy metal, or not the heavy metal, but just all the music where they changed all of the, the hertz on it and everything, and the lyrics, all the demonic lyrics and the sexual lyrics and everything. He uses that. But was he an archangel? Kind of, sort of an archangel. He was not, Lucifer was not Archangel Michael's brother. Like actual, like brother. However, Archangel Michael refers to all of the other angels who are male as his brothers and all the female angels as his sisters, especially the archangels, okay? So when they were saying that David was a fractal of his brother, they were actually, he considers all of those archangels and regular angels like my higher self, which is not an archangel, but he considers my higher self a sister. So David is actually a fractal of Archangel Sandalphon. That is what Yeshua told me. David and Michael, the 2 of them, they said that David is a fractal of Archangel Sandalphon. I'm not really familiar with Sandalphon. I don't know a lot about him. I'm sure my higher self knows all about him and knows him personally, but I, as Kimberly human avatar, I haven't looked into him. So but anyways, they told me he's not, David's higher self is not like a blood brother of Archangel Michael, that Michael just considers him as brother because they are both archangels. But anyway, so Sandalphon is the higher self of David. That is according to Yeshua and Archangel Michael. So I just wanted to tell you all that. He's not Lucifer. Sorry to break it to all you people that were hoping he was Lucifer. Okay. Number 5, I asked about, so I've been seeing a lot of strange clouds in the sky the last several days, really weird looking, bizarre clouds that shouldn't even exist. Actually, a lot of them lately in general, to be honest. And people have been posting all sorts of interesting cloud pictures where they were showing clouds that looked like a rainbow up in the cloud, and it was all rainbow looking, and it was really weird ass looking. And I'm going to explain to you what that is. So I asked what's going on with all the clouds here, local and just in general. And he said there are thousands, okay? Just remember that number, thousands of cloaked galactic ships. These are the good guy ships, not bad guys, good guys. Okay, the cloaked ships, all around the world. Okay, so there's many hundreds in the United States. There are thousands worldwide. And they're cloaked. They use cloud technology to make it look like they're a cloud when they're not a cloud. And they can even change the color of the cloud. I've actually watched them do it. They've been, I've watched where they were sent a telepathic message saying, hey, you guys have the wrong color. People are going to suspect you. And then they changed the color. It was like a really bright pink. And it was the only thing sitting in the middle of the sky. There was nothing else there. And then when they were told that telepathically, they changed it to white. So that is possible. These ships are sitting underneath the firmament, inside the firmament where we are. So they're underneath the dome. They're not outside of the dome. They're underneath the dome. They come through stargates, which I've talked to you guys about before. There's many stargates all over this planet that ships come through in order to get in the firmament. You can't enter through the actual firmament. You have to use a stargate, which is like a giant portal that a ship can fit through. Okay, that's what they are. So they come through there, they sit underneath the firmament, and they appear as a cloud, and they are cloaked, and they are the galactic good guys, not the bad guys. Okay, the bad guys are the ones that literally are out there, that a lot of the times and I'm not saying all the ones that have been filmed by people, and especially the military, that people see and people take photos of. I'm not saying all of those are bad guys, but a majority of them are either military ships from our own military industrial complex, or they're the Greys or the Draco ships or the Manted ships or something like that. When people are photographing like flying saucers and that kind of thing, the flying saucers and the pyramid or triangular shaped ships, those are definitely from the bad guys. Those are not from the good guys. So I just wanted to point that out. Your typical run-of-the-mill flying saucers are usually Greys. The pointy ones, they look like a pyramid or whatever, those are also bad guys, but also military industrial complex ships. So anyway, so that's what some of the strange clouds are. So let's talk about these really cool rainbow ones. I've taken pictures and shared them on this channel in the past. For those of you who have followed me for a while, I took pictures of them on vacation a couple times. And I will tell you that those are also galactic ships. Right when they've opened the Stargate and they come through, they leave like a plasma like kind of trail, and when the sun hits it a certain way, it looks like a big ass rainbow, like kind of up in the clouds, like way up in the clouds. So that's what that is. That is basically a portal opening. One time we saw that actually a really cool one that went into a big like orb rainbow thing up in the sky over where I had my women's retreat in Idaho a couple years ago. We had 34 of us there that witnessed it or something like that. We all witnessed it. We took pictures, but basically it was an Andromedan ship had come through that portal, and I actually got to meet one of the beings that were on that ship, which was really cool. And it wasn't just me, a bunch of us were together. We have a whole group of us that got to meet him, which was very cool, because he could sense how high vibe we were, I guess, and that's why he approached us. So, but it's basically a Stargate portal. So if you look up in the sky ever and you see like way up in the clouds a big ass rainbow looking object, but it's not a rainbow like you normally see, like an actual rainbow in the sky like we're used to. We're talking like a rainbow thing up on a cloud. That is where a portal opened and a ship came through, and it left like a plasma vapor there that is reflecting off from the sun. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, moving onwards and upwards. Number 6, church burnings all over Europe, along with Christians being murdered all over the world, along with It's in the end times, Revelations, the book of Revelations. They talk about all this kind of thing, but it's kind of interesting. Back in the day, if you go back in history, the Turkish people, the Ottoman Empire, which were all Muslims, tried to take over. They tried to take over Europe. And they wound up being fought off eventually by crusaders, of course, and by all kinds of different armies and stuff. Eventually pushed them back out. But they were in Europe for quite a while running things. They were very prevalent in Spain and Portugal in that region, and also even in France. There was a whole bunch of, and they left a lot of their designed buildings of what they call their, that style. Back in that day, it was Ottoman style buildings that they left behind. And they tried to radicalize and take over all of Europe. Their goal was to establish a caliphate all over the world, worldwide, especially Europe. They wanted to take it over. And of course, they were murdering millions of Christians back then, which they slaughtered. So now they're doing it again, trying to take over, murdering all the Christians. There was a map put up on the internet today of France, of the whole country of France, and it showed, and it said at the top, places where radical ISL, I'll tell you the rest, have been burning down churches. And then it literally showed the whole map covered with little red dots everywhere that, or it said, or attacking Christian communities. And so it was literally covered. Now, so let's say this. I asked Yeshua, so is it true they're attacking Christians everywhere? He said, absolutely. They're definitely doing that. They're definitely trying to murder. I mean, their goal is to murder every Christian on the planet, every Jew on the planet. That's their goal. I said, what about the churches? I said, were they burning down all of those churches? And he said, no. He said, yes and no. Said 20% of the churches that were burned down by radical ISL people. Okay. They burned 20% of the churches in Europe. He said the other 80% were burned by the cabal and throwing the radical IS people under the bus, trying to make it look like they're the ones who did it, to cover their tracks, because they are burning down evidence of child trafficking, child raping, and sacrificing babies and children that goes on in all of these churches. Now, not every church on the planet or every church in Europe is doing terrible things to children. It's a certain percent of them. But apparently the cabal has been burning down the ones where they've been doing stuff, where the elites, this is where the elites go to do their stuff. And that is because they want to get rid of all the evidence, because the white hats have been, coming after them like crazy, right? So I just wanted you all to know that, yes, the radical people are burning down 20% of them, but the other 80% is the cabal. Because there was also a conspiracy online that they were burning them all down because all of the churches were healing centers and they don't want them to exist. Yeah, that's not why, because a lot of these are just small churches. They're not big churches. The healing centers are not all the churches in general. The healing centers are the really big cathedrals, and they are burning some of those big cathedrals, but not all of the big cathedrals. A lot of the places they're burning are just normal kind of churches. So yes and no to that. They might be, if they burn down a cathedral, that might be for the purpose of getting rid of a healing center, but most likely it's the cabal covering their tracks, because in a lot of these cathedrals they've been doing dark shit. And I know because I've gone through tons and tons and tons of cathedrals all over the UK, all over Italy, all over France, all over Portugal, all over Greece. And I got to tell you, with the exception of Greece, Greece was the only place I've been to in Europe where every single church and big cathedral or church, Greek Orthodox church, had really positive, high vibe energy. Okay. The Greek churches are pretty pristine. They don't do disgusting things in the churches. Now, do disgusting things go on in Greece? I'm sure they do, because it's a playground for a lot of the elites. But they're not going on in the churches there, because the churches are like very high vibe. But where the churches always feel dark to me is France, and also in England, UK. The churches have a very dark, disgusting, horrible, vile feel to them. Portugal, not so much. Portugal was run by the Knight Templar. All those were Knight Templar churches. I don't think as much of that stuff. Now, could it have happened there? Yeah, it could have happened. But the majority of the churches that I experienced in that country were also very high vibe. Very high vibe. So, all right, number 7. Oh, no, this is more number 6, which is about the radical guys and what they're doing. So you asked, what about the gang RAPing and murdering and beheading and stabbing and beating of women and children and just white people in general, non-ISLAMICS people in general? What about that? I'm like, what are you guys doing about it? Why are you allowing all of these people to get continuously beaten or raped or killed or whatever? And Yeshua and Michael said, every one of these radical ISLAMICSs are all going to be removed from the earth any day now. They're going to be just disappeared, gone from the planet soon. Then I asked, what percentage of people who consider themselves MUSLIM religion will be staying here on the planet after the purification event happens? And he said only 10% are really what he considered peaceful, actual peaceful humans. They call themselves the religion of peace, but they're actually a death cult. And only 10% of them want peace. The other 90% want to murder you and rape you and do stuff to you and your, and your family, because you don't agree with them and you're not bowing down to their faith. So I also want to point out the fact that religion is like the only religion on earth where it's okay and it's promoted to go and murder other people who aren't the same religion as you. It's like it's being carried out too by them, because you don't see Christians running around beheading and raping and killing and beating and brutalizing other people who aren't in their religion. You don't see rabbis going around doing this. You don't see Hindus going around doing that. You don't see Buddhists going around doing that. You don't see Wiccans or pagans or even Satanists. You don't even see the Satanists don't go around executing all the Christians. They don't do that either. They just execute children and do terrible things to them and virgins and all that. But they don't just go around and do it to everybody who's a Christian or who's white or who's not of their faith. The only religion on the planet that does all this unaliving, because it is really a death cult, not a religion, it's a death cult, is the ISLAME. I'm going to say lame on the end of that word, because that's what they are. They're all lame, lamos. All right. Next, number 7. I got into an interesting conversation with a friend on the phone one day who was saying to me that she has a belief that God created everything, including evil. Even evil is created by God. So I asked Yeshua about that. And we were just talking about this whole concept of evil and good and blah, 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 blah. And so I'm going to tell you what he told me. So he said evil was not created by God, was never created by God. Everything created by God is always love. It's always love, not fear, not evil. not darkness, always love and light. Evil was created by fallen demigods created by God and fallen angels created by God who turned their back and turned away from God and the light. That is who created the actual evil. Now, in this little conversation my friend and I had, she's saying, well, God allows all of it, so it's still all from God, basically. Well, true and not true. So God didn't create it, and God only allows it to a certain extent. There's a point where he says enough is enough, and we're going to talk about what that's all about. But basically, God allows evil to persist only for the reason to teach lessons to souls. Only for souls to learn lessons. Because souls are always learning, and we incarnate into an avatar body on whatever planet we go to in order to learn a lesson. All of the planets you incarnate into a body is to learn. You don't incarnate into a body for the fun of it. You incarnate to have experiences and to learn. So, let's see. He said, Yeshua said, the balance will be restored after the event. And I'm like, what do you mean by the balance? And he said, well, we've talked about this before. Originally, prior to the fall of Atlantis, on the earth, 90% of everything that happened here was good and positive and love and light, and 10% was bad or dark or evil. The 10% was there to provide learning lessons for people, okay? So every now and then you might have something bad happen in your life. Maybe once in your lifetime, something a little bad might happen as a little learning lesson. But it wasn't just bad every day, like people like me who have chronic pain or, you know, stuff like that, illness, or my friend Mikala, who's in a wheelchair with a birth injury, you know. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't supposed to be that where you're just suffering. It wasn't supposed to be suffering all the time. It was supposed to be 10% of the time, a little bit of suffering, a little bit of evil, a little bit of darkness, somebody gets unalived, whatever. But what happened is when the Draco took this planet over, the Draco reptilians and Lucifer and Satan took this planet over, and Moloch and Baal and Baal, or Baal, whatever his name is, Moloch, all those other evil demonic entities, all the demons, when they descended on this planet and they took it over, they took the balance and twisted it. They turned it, they invert everything, right? So they take the cross, turn it upside down. They turn the star, the 5-pointed star, which is a protection symbol, upside down. You know, they invert the crap out of everything. So they inverted the balance. Sorry, I had to take a deep breath. My chest was starting to hurt from not breathing enough. I'm talking too much and not breathing. I was getting a sharp pain. Okay. The balance was turned upside down. So they inverted it to be 90% suffering to all humans and animals, and darkness, evil, terrible things happening, blah, 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 blah. Okay, they inverted the whole situation. After the purification event happens on this planet, it will be reverted back to its original, which is 90% good, 10% maybe a little bit complicated or challenging. Okay, because you're never ever going to have it perfect. The only place it is perfect, where there is no emotions and fear and everything's neutral, like they're always telling you, ooh, be neutral. No, I'm not going to fucking be neutral, excuse my language, but no, I'm not going to do that. Why am I not going to do that? Because that's not why I'm here on this earth. That is something you experience in spirit form. When you're in your light body, when you're in spirit form, you're going to be neutral. You're only going to be just love. Only love, 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 floating around in bliss, woo, 24/7. That's when you're not in a body, okay? When you're out of the body in the higher dimensions, that's what there is. There is no emotions. There is no fears or this or that or any of it. You know, it's just neutral and love, and that's it. Okay, when you're in a body, You can try to be as neutral as possible, but it's going to be impossible to be neutral 100% of the time, because we are in a human brain, which has a lot of reptilian, editing done to it, and we're in a human body. We incarnated into the avatar for the purpose of learning. And if you're just always neutral, you're not going to learn a damn thing. You will learn zero. The big zero, 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 zero. That's how much you're going to learn, okay? You're just going to be floating around in this little bliss. I'm going to be like a fairy. Woo! All these New Agers, I want to sometimes, sorry, I'm human, but sometimes I have the urge to face punch people. And the ones that are just always pushing this airy fairy bullshit, yeah. There are some days I have the urge to face punch them. Sorry, I'm not going to be love and light 24/7. Why? I am a human. I am in a human avatar. I'm not here to be airy fairy, neutral, love, 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 love. That's not why I'm here. Now, am I supposed to be mostly love? Am I supposed to be a loving person and loving to others? Yes, absolutely. But you're not going to be 100% neutral, nothing, where there's just nothing. Yeah, you're not going to do that. So the balance is going to be restored. So God did not create evil, just to recap this. The fallen angels and the demigods that he created, 190,000 of them initially, who went out into the universe and created other things. Some of those guys fell, and some of the angels fell, and they're the ones that created evil, darkness, and destruction, and suffering, and blah, 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 blah. And God said, okay, I'll allow this, because these souls I'm creating have to learn, and they're here to have these experiences. And why is that? Well, if you read my book, Ascension 101, I have a whole chapter on what God is and what you are. All about your body, your mind, your spirit, your astral body, your etheric body, your consciousness, all that. Tells you all about that. And it's important to know that each one of us is a unique expression of God. We are not God. I am not God. If I muscle test on the words I am God, I can't open my fingers. If I do this, I can't. I am God. Nope, not God. I'm not God. If I use a pendulum, oh look, here's my pendulum. Let's find out. I am God. Okay, it's going side to side. Side to side for me is a no. Side to side is a no. Forward and back is a yes for me. So I am not God. So now let's try this. Am I a unique creation and expression of God? And I'm getting a yes. Am I a unique creation and expression of God? So I'm going to muscle test on that. Am I a unique creation and expression of God? Yes. My fingers pull apart. And that is because, let's see, my unique expression and creation of God. Okay, and I was able to pull out. All right. So muscle testing, 2 different ways, and pendulum. Yes. Because I am not God. I am a unique expression. I am the way God is expressing and learning through me. God is learning and expressing itself through me as its creation. And I say it because God is father and mother. It's Ab-Woon. What is Ab-Woon? Ab-Woon is Abba, the male, and Woon, which is the womb, the female. Okay? So it's Ab-Woon consciousness. So it's the mother, the divine mother, and the divine father. And I am a child of that, of those parents. They are my parents. They are my real true parents because they created my soul, your soul, every soul in creation. Our souls are created in heaven by Mother, Father, Creator. And that's how that works. And we are created as a part of them so that they can experience through us. And if you want to know in much more detail, I have literally an entire chapter explaining what God really is. And that was all channeled from both the Creator and from Yeshua. Gave me that information on what God really is, not what the church tells you God is. So that book is on Amazon.com, or you can go, and it's available worldwide, and I think every single country, or you can go to my website, spiritualgrowthjourneys.com. And I have a books page, and all 4 of my books are on there. Walking with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene is on there, which will tell you the real story of Yeshua, not the fake one in the Bible, and also his past lives, and also sets straight a lot of the teachings from the Bible, tells you the real truth about the stories, and just a lot of good stuff in there. And then my book, Activate Your Superpowers. It's all about clearing your third eye and detoxing your entire body and your third eye and activating your psychic abilities. It teaches you how to activate all your psychic abilities. That's on that website. And that and the Walking with Yeshua are both PDFs that you download, and that's because they're too controversial to put up on Amazon. Yeshua told me I was not allowed to list them on Amazon because we're trying to stay under the radar from the dark ones. We don't want to be a target. So we are only doing them as a PDF that you can buy off my website. Takes you to a Stripe link, and then you pay with whatever credit card you want to pay on Stripe, and then you can download the PDF. The Ascension 101 and the Real Fountain of Youth book are both on Amazon, and they're both in print form and also in Kindle form. So just to share that with you. So back to my list. Number 8. I wanted to talk to him about the fact that myself and lots of people, when we look at the sky, or when we look at water, or when we look at a white background, we see all these little dots and squiggles. They look like millions of worms, and they're like a silvery white color. And I see them everywhere. They're literally like the color of silver, but brighter, like a really bright silver, and just millions of them everywhere in my vision. And it drives me crazy if I go up to the mountains and they're covered with snow. Oh my God, it's like that's all I see everywhere, and it just drives me nuts. When I look at water, that's what I see. When I look at the sky, it's what I see. So I asked Yeshua, what the heck am I looking at? A lot of my friends also see this. And he said they are fractals of energy that make up our reality. He said that if you, who are watching us today, are able to see this, it means that you are tuned into the energy of this realm. These are his words, not mine. That's words he said. He said they are fractals of energy that make up our reality. And if you are able to see this, it means you are tuned into the energy of this realm. So high five to you. If you see them, it's a good thing. It means you're tuned into the energy, and you want to be, because that means, guess what? Da, da, da. It means you are ascending. It means you are ascending. Okay. So, in fact, okay, they're telling me this is what I'm hearing. They're telling me if you are able to see auras on things, if you are able to see the little dots everywhere, you are going to be in that first group of people that goes to 5D. Okay, so congratulations. All right, because in order to see this stuff, you have to be in a high enough frequency, and if you're in that high frequency, you're ready to go. We're ready to blast off. So, high fives, brothers and sisters. So, all right, number 9. We're getting closer because I just have 10 things here. Parasites. So there have been, every time I turn on Instagram, I open up Instagram on my phone or on the computer, in my feed and also on Facebook are hundreds of videos from all these people competing against each other with these fear porn videos on parasites, showing all these parasites and doing all the stuff of, every human on earth is loaded with parasites. They're all crawling with parasites. That is a lie. Yes, that is a lie. So then what are they doing? they're turning around, they do all this really yucky stuff and show you all this stuff, and they go on, and they make you feel all scared, and you get a fear response out of you, and you have fight or flight reaction, and you kind of freak out about it. Oh my God, do I have that in me? Ooh. And then what do? They sell you either a webinar or a private. Today I was sold and tricked into trying to get me to join a $7 a month private group for healing parasites. It was, if you sign up in the next so many hours, it's $7 a month. Otherwise, it's $49 a month. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, or they're selling a supplement that kills parasites, or they're selling a book on how to kill parasites. But every single one of these parasite posts, every one of them, was all somebody promoting a product and using fear porn to do it. So I asked Yeshua, I said, does everybody on the earth have parasites in their body? And he said, no. I said, does everyone have them at some time in their life? And he said, no. And I said, do all the pets, because they were trying to say all your pets have them as well. No, they don't. They don't all have them. Okay. And then I said, what did he say here? Wait a second. So I asked what percent of pets actually have parasites? And he said about 30%. 30%. And I said, where or what percentage, or then my next question was, did the COVID hokey pokies contain parasites? And he said, yes. And I said, did they all contain parasites? And he said, no. I'm like, well, what percent contain parasites? He said 35%. So 35%, which would explain all the turbo cancers, because we're now finding out that not all cancer, but a lot of the cancer is being caused by parasites. So 30% of the COVID hokey pokies contained parasites. Okay. I said, let's see, what else did I ask? I asked if there were parasites in the chemtrails, and they said no. There are no parasites in the chemtrails. I said, what's in the chemtrails are heavy metals, toxins, viruses, bacterias, strep, and fungus. Isn't that lovely? Oh boy, a whole toxic soup of poison to unalive everyone on the earth. So there aren't any parasites in the chemtrails, because that was also conspiracy theory I saw going around, that they were spraying parasites throughout the air everywhere. That's actually a real true conspiracy theory. It was fake news. That was fake info made up, because he said there are no chemtrails with those in it. However, they were loaded with heavy metals, toxins, viruses, bacteria, strep, and fungus. That's bad enough. Do we really need to add in the extra parasites? Yuck. So gross. So then he said the parasites will be removed forever when we have the purification event. He also wanted you to know that all parasites were created by a combination, again, of the Anunnaki, Greys, and Draco to be a plague on humanity, just like the ticks. And all of God's creation, all the animals. They just want to plague all the animals, all the people, everybody. So there's that. Number 10. I got to go back on the parasites. So on the parasites, I want to tell you where they actually came from because you wanted me to educate you. So how do you get them in your body in the first place? Not every human has them. Not every human will even have them in their lifetime. How you get them, you can get them through bad water, which is why you need to make sure you're drinking filtered, reverse osmosis, whatever, alkalized, really good water, make sure you're drinking good water. You can get them through vegetables and fruits that haven't been washed appropriately. What I do, and this is to help you all out, I take a big bowl, I fill it with water, I put a lot of baking soda in there, and then I swish around my produce in there. The baking soda removes toxins, heavy metals, parasites, all that kind of stuff. It kills them, pests, bugs, removes everything out of there in a safe way, and then you rinse it really well. So you can get it from fruits and vegetables that are not washed appropriately. You can also get it from uncooked meat. You can get it from restaurants and people cooking food that are not doing it in a safe manner and have your cooked food exposed to raw stuff, and then you eat it with the raw whatever on it, and you can get a parasite that way. You can get it from your pet if your pet has one, especially if you're cleaning up the poop, or you touch it or step in it, or your kids step in it and then they put their hands to their mouths, or they touch it, or they touch their dog near their rear or somewhere on the dog or cat's body where they've got some little bit of stuff there. That is how you get it. So you get it from plants. You can also get it from digging in the dirt. There's a lot of parasites in the dirt. So you can get it from the dirt, from gardening. So you want to maybe wear a mask while you're gardening so you don't breathe in the dirt into your lungs. You can also get hantavirus from working in the dirt. A lot of people in New Mexico and Arizona have come down with hantavirus just working in their backyard, potting flowers. So you might want to wear a little mask. You want to wear gloves, clean your hands really well. And also parasites can come out of the soil as well. So fruits, vegetables, soil, water, meat, and pets. Those are the 5 ways you can get the parasites. Also, you can get it, the 6th way is hokey pokeys, because they put them in the COVID pokes. They're also putting them, from what I've seen, is they took the stuff they put in the dentist's office, what is that called? Oh, I forgot what that's called, but they put a shot in your mouth at the dentist's office when they're going to work on your, doing your teeth, like a filling or a bridge or whatever they're doing in your mouth. They give you the shot. Apparently people have looked at those under microscope and seen parasites, and also seen microscopic chips and nanotechnologies that they're putting in there. So they're injecting in your mouth nanotechnology that will track you, yay, and use 6G when they put those up to annihilate you, which that's on the, by the way, on the, not my timeline. I don't consent. It's not on my timeline. That's on the other timeline. But that's what their goal is. They're showing it to us that that's what they want to do. So, what can you do to get rid of parasites? Well, I actually put a post on my Facebook today telling you guys what you can do about it. Okay, so let me go on to my Facebook so I can, for the people who aren't on Facebook, I'm going to read to you this because it's really important so you know what to do if you think you might have parasites. So basically what you need to do is don't go signing up for all of these scammers. Go and do research, put in the search on Google or on DuckDuckGo or whatever you're going to search with, put in holistic treatments or natural treatments for parasites, and then research everything. When you buy supplements for getting rid of parasites, which the best one is going to be based on scientific studies and research, the best one is a combo of clove, black walnut hull, and wormwood combination. got to be careful because wormwood can cause seizures if you take it in high doses. So check with your doctor first. Hopefully your doctor's a naturopath, because the MDs are going to tell you, no, you got to do drugs. So we're not going to let you do this. Ivermectin is actually a drug created in a lab. I know people push it like crazy and think it's the best thing since sliced bread, but actually it has a long list of side effects. And I am one of many people who cannot take it at all. I can't take it. I have to use the herbal version, and the herbal version of ivermectin is actually wormwood. Ivermectin was created as a lab version of wormwood. Wormwood does the exact same thing as ivermectin, but wormwood has been banned a lot over the past because it can cause some dangerous side effects if you don't know how to use it properly. That's why I said go to a naturopath and check with them, or a really good chiropractor, or a really good functional medicine doctor, which focuses on healing with natural remedies. So before you take any supplements at all for parasites, make sure you research, and you get the same one. And I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose or treat you. So just stating that. And then this is according to the internet. This is the basic information I got off by doing research. It said, number 1, functional foods, the parasite unfriendly diet. Go on a diet that paralyzes them, like their stuff like pumpkin seeds. Certain foods contain compounds that paralyze or kill parasites and help the body flush them out, like pumpkin seeds. They contain cucurbitacin, a compound that paralyzes intestinal worms, makes it easy on the body to expel them. This is a common recommendation in a Cleveland Clinic guide on parasites. I have a product, and the link is in the description down below. That product is called Avini Detox Elite, or Avini what's it called? Daily Detox. And it's made out of liquid zeolite, and it was created by the very first scientist in the United States to ever create liquid zeolite. He has a 30-step proprietary process to remove all the toxins out of it. None of the other companies do what he does, so they're nowhere near as good as his. I've been using his product for 20 plus years. It's amazing. It'll pull all the heavy metals out of your body, because parasites thrive in a body that's loaded with heavy metals. They're actually attracted to the heavy metals. They love them. That's their favorite place to go. So if you rid your body of heavy metals, it makes an inhospitable environment for the parasites. So it's important to take, and if you don't want to order the Avini under me with the link below, then order anybody's product that you trust or that you like. Go out and research. Make sure though that it's third-party tested, that it doesn't have heavy metals and all that kind of stuff in it, because a lot of the zeolite products are loaded with heavy metals. So next, traditional, eating fiber-rich foods like carrots, beets, whole grains promotes regular bowel movements, which is essential for removing parasites from the digestive tract. Probiotic-rich foods, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, build up your gut microbiome, so that defends against them. Traditional herbs and supplements, I already told you, cloves, black walnut, wormwood, but also oil of oregano is a really good one for that. Black seed oil, black cumin seed oil, another good one for killing off parasites. You're going to have to support what's called the die-off or Herxheimer reaction, because as the parasites are dying, it can make you really sick. So you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water and electrolytes, and you're taking something like trying to think what it's called, a binder, what they call a binder. You want to take a binder, like, usually like a good binder would be something like psyllium fiber or the black charcoal, the charcoal capsules. Another one is that shilajit stuff is another binder, but you want to take something that's going to bind all the dead, parasitic, dead, gross stuff and pull it out through your poop and get rid of it, so that it doesn't harm or strain your liver and kidneys, because when they die off, you can get some strain on your liver and kidneys. So you're going to need to support your liver and kidneys with some good supplements and foods, like dandelion is really good. There's a lot of good things. Artichoke is really good. Lots of stuff you can take. Cruciferous vegetables. Milk thistle is really excellent for detoxing your liver and also supporting your liver for processing toxic stuff like parasites. Do not eat any sugar at all, processed sugar, because parasites actually thrive on refined sugars and simple carbohydrates. So if you eliminate all these, it starves all of the parasites out. Let's see, what else does this say? Yeah, and as a last case resort, you may have to do ivermectin or fenbendazole, to get rid of them, but you want to go for the natural stuff first. Now, the case where you're going to need those drugs and you're going to need a more serious type of thing is if the parasites go into your organs. They go into your heart, they go into your lungs, they go into any of your organs. You are going to want to do some more serious stuff, and that's why it's really important for you to work with a doctor and not just go doing parasite stuff all by yourself. If you go do it by yourself, I'm going to show up at your house in the higher dimension, in my astral body, and I'm going to slap your hands. I'm going to show up and I'm going to slap you. Why? Because there's a lot of these things you just can't do by yourself, and clearing out parasites is something you really need a really good medical expert who's holistic to help you with, because parasites are nothing to fuck around with. Okay, so please, seriously, take it seriously and don't just go trying to treat yourself and be your own doctor. It doesn't go well for people. There's so many holistic doctors out there you can go see. You can go see a Chinese medicine doctor. You can go see an Ayurvedic doctor. They all have great info on parasites. And tell you right now, an Ayurvedic doctor is going to treat you with the the clove, wormwood, whatever. That's what they use in India. But they also will use neem, but you got to be careful with neem. It has a lot of side effects. All right. So number 10 on my list that I asked, as I said, when is the truth about COVID and the bioweapon hokey pokey? When will all that truth come out en masse to the whole world? Like where they just tell everybody this disease was created to kill all of you. And then they created the Poock, probably even before they put the disease out, to kill all of you. And, I'm like, when is the truth about all that going to come out? So Yeshua says that your world's governments will never tell anyone the truth about these things. They will never tell anyone the truth about this. The truth will come out during the purification event, because everyone on earth is going to know the truth about everything on this planet. When we go to ascend, everyone who is ascending, everyone who will be ascending, okay, even the people who are asleep, okay, I'm not saying the non-asleep, everyone who's ascending. So even asleep people will be ascending if they are loving, kind, compassionate, good people who are service to others. They will be ascending, they will be staying here. The only ones leaving here are the narcissists, service to self, evil, bad, nasty people, NPCs, reptilians, etc., demons. They will be going. So everybody who is ascending on this planet, they're going to have their little human brain expanded to a 4D or a 5D brain, and they will receive the truth about everything. They will know the history, like Atlantis. They will know about the ETs. They will know our star brothers and sisters. They will know about religion being a big control, enslavement. They will know about the governments lying to us and the who runs the world, and just the whole thing. They will know everything. They will see it, they will hear it, they will know it. It will all be restored. They will know it. Their eyes will be wide open. Their hearts will be wide open. Their third eye will be wide open. Their crown will be wide open. everything will be wide open. They will get the truth about everything. But he's saying that until that event happens, that our government will continue to lie and hide the truth from everybody. Also, the government right now, pretty much on both sides, whether you're right side, left side, they're all two wings of the same bird, and they're both ridiculously evil. So, sorry to break it to you all. I know you have hope in them. Now, is there a group called the White Hats? Yes, there is. But they're not made up of the people, and they're not made up of who you think might be in it, okay? And just remember that there is a good version of Mr. T, but there's also clones of him that are all working for the dark side and causing all kinds of havoc. So there's that too. Sorry, I'm getting hot, so hot flash. Woo! I'm having a summer moment. It's a summer moment. Oh my goodness. Oh, bother. Okay, sorry. And no, I'm not trying to make fun of my British friends and clients, which I have a lot of you that are in the UK. I'm just being goofy. So don't take offense. I love people from the UK. I just like to be goofy sometimes because I'm just a goofball and I'm proud of it. So screw anybody who doesn't like that. All right. Okay, so next, onward and upward. I wanted to, before we're going to do prayer and meditation, but first I have a very exciting announcement. Got some marching orders from Creator, Mother, Father, God, and Yeshua of something they wanted me to do for you all. This was literally this last week. It came up really fast and sudden. They're like, this is what you're going to do. So I have been on my Ascension diet now for over a month. I have 1,000 times more energy than I had before I started it. I've lost like 10 pounds. I feel really, really good, really healthy. My muscles are getting stronger because I'm exercising almost every single day. Really taking care of myself, doing a lot of self-care. And Yeshua says he wants all of you basically to learn how to do the exact same stuff I'm doing and more. So he asked me to create a whole body, mind, spirit, ascension, how do you want to say, transformation program for you all with Maria Bernardis, who is a very dear soul sister of mine who I've had on this channel, but then YouTube removed all her videos, or most of them, because they were about health stuff that they didn't want. They won't allow on YouTube or on my channel, so they removed the videos. But she is a health expert. She's also a celebrity chef. She has a best-selling cookbook. She is a well-known Greek cook and dietary expert and health expert. She's also a healer. She is also a spiritual teacher and a light warrior. So her and I have a class that we have put together for you because we were asked to do that. And it is entitled, what is it entitled? The Ascension Diet to Activate Your Light Body. Now, this is not just a physical diet of food that you eat. This is a whole body, mind, spirit, emotions, the whole 9 yards transformation class. It's a 3 to 4 hour long. I say 3 to 4 hours because we don't know how many questions you all will have when we're done presenting. And sometimes I can get a little long-winded because I will write up my class materials, but then I'll channel extra stuff while I'm teaching that I left off or that they want you to know, and then it gets longer because it's really hard for me as a psychic medium to just write up a class and just teach it straight out, because I'm always, when I'm teaching, always going to be getting these downloads from my higher self and God. And when I say channel, I don't allow beings to take me over. I don't do that kind of channeling. My channeling is I channel information and information from God, from Mother, Father, God, and from my higher self, my angelic higher self, oversoul, monad, whatever you want to call it, that's in the higher dimensions. And the information just gets filtered into me and downloaded into me. And that's my idea of channeling. So I don't allow any entities ever to come in and take me over or anything like that. And when I get information from Yeshua, I am not channeling. That is actually having a conversation. I have a conversation with him, and, you know, he gives it to me. When I get the downloads are usually coming from source, from creator, or coming from my higher self. So I got this information to do this class. So what are you going to learn? Well, if you want a healthier body, brain, and spirit, and you want to actually leave or escape the matrix and ascend into 5D and activate your light body so you can travel the multiverse in a safe way, we're going to help you to do that. What are you going to learn in this class? You are going to learn the type of high vibe diet and supplements that will activate your light body and help you ascend. All the self-care you need to be doing. You will discover all the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of ascension and activating your light body and what you can do to improve all these areas. You will learn what types of exercise are best for your body type. You will be taught an important mind-body tool to help you determine what foods and supplements are best for your body. You can use this tool for the rest of your life. You will participate in a light body activation guided meditation. So we're going to guide you on a meditation to activate your light body. You will discover the top 5 overarching or overreaching ancient Greek wisdoms on eating and mind medicine for a healthier you, and parallels with the Christian Bible, mind, body, and spirit. You will learn about ancient Greek wisdom diet, eating high vibe and light-filled foods for health and longevity. You will inherit healing wisdom of some of the fruits and vegetables. You will receive mind therapies practiced by the ancient Greeks and also in the Bible. You will explore the emotional link to what we eat and our health. You will learn Yeshua Christ's divine wisdom diet principles. What did Yeshua have to say about eating and living in the various scrolls and gospels? You will learn Maria's recipe for health, happiness, and prosperity. You will receive a bunch of wonderful handouts that you can use forever, as long as you want, for free. You'll be able to watch this video over and over again. If you can't be on the live webinar, it will be recorded. You can come in and watch it anytime you want and as many times as you want. And we will have a nice long Q&A afterwards and answer everyone's questions. And the best part is the investment in this class for an up to 4-hour long class is only $77 US. Now, please understand, Learn It Live takes a good chunk of that, and then Maria and I split what's left of the rest. So we're not doing this class at all to really make money off of you people, okay? Because if we wanted to do that, we'd charge $700 or $777 or something like that, okay? Because most of the people who do what we do in the industry are charging hundreds and thousands of dollars for courses like this and seminars like this. We're charging $77 because we need to get paid back for the time we put into creating the workshop for you, all the hours we put in, and then the 4 hours that we're sitting there and all of that. We need to get something back. It's called an energy exchange. We need to get something energetic back. So we're getting a few bucks. It's nothing to write home about, but there has to be some sort of energy exchange. I actually asked Yeshua, how much should I charge? Should I charge? At first, I wanted to charge like a couple $100 for it because I'm putting a lot of hours into this. And he's like, nope, you're charging $77. I'm like, okay, I'll charge $77. So it's $77. The link to register for the class is down below in the description, or you can go to learnitlive.com/Kimberly Palm. That's all my 14 classes up there, and it'll be the first one, which is called the Ascension Diet to Activate Your Lightbody. The date, you're probably saying, well, when's this class going to be, Kimberly? I'm getting to that. The class is going to be Saturday, May 30th, 2026 at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 noon Central Time, 1 p.m. East Coast Time, 6 p.m. UK Time, 7 p.m. European Time. Okay? That is when the class, 8 p.m. if you're in like Turkey or somewhere like that. Greece, somewhere like that, because I think that's a 10-hour difference. The only people who are going to have an issue with this might be people in Australia and New Zealand. I know I have a lot of you that are down under. I can't accommodate everyone. Sorry, guys. If I make it late enough to help you guys, then 3/4 of my audience is going to be out of luck because it'll be too late for them. So, I think it's like 4 or 5 a.m. if you're in UK or New Zealand or Australia, unfortunately, but you can watch the replay. Okay, so don't get upset about not being on the live. And if you have questions and you're not able to be on the live, you can email your questions to me or Maria. You can always contact us through our websites or whatever, or through Facebook, wherever you want to contact us. You are welcome to ask us questions if you're not on the live. So if you're on the live, you'll get to have your question answered immediately. So yeah, just excited about this. This is a chance for me to help all of you to do major self-care to get your body ready to become a 5D crystalline, silicon, whatever base crystalline body. We want to help you to do that. We don't want to have just a small amount of us transitioning. We would like all of you guys to be with us in the higher frequencies. What does it mean when you're transitioning your body? Well, it means that you'll never be able to get sick again. Once your body fully transitions to that, which the 4D people, the people who go to 4D are not going to fully transition. They're going to get some healing and stuff, but then they're going to have to do a lot of work on themselves because they'll still be able to maybe get sick or whatever. But once you go 5D, 6D, you can't get sick and you can't get cancers and things like that anymore. You can still break a leg, but it will heal instantly or quickly. And of course, when the world ascends, we will have all sorts of gadgets and devices from the galactics to help us heal. So don't worry about that. But we really want you guys to all be on board with us, because you're going to have supernatural powers when you're in the higher frequencies. If you're just 40, you're not going to have the supernatural powers. You're going to just be an awake human. So we want you guys to have telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, all that. We want you to have all that. So we are giving you this class to help you get there, because you will not get there if you don't do these kind of things that we're going to talk about in the class. Besides being loving, kind, compassionate, forgiving, you got to clear all this stuff. You got to do all this work. So we are giving you all the tools you possibly can use to help yourselves. So now, if you're all ready, I want you to get into a comfortable position. Go get a glass of water, put the video on pause. If you need to drink something, get a blanket, a pillow, whatever you need to be comfortable, because we're going to do a prayer and meditation. So go ahead and get that. I'm going to find some music that's people texting me. I just got a text message, y'all, from my husband. I don't know what he's watching right now. He's upstairs watching some TV show, probably Ancient Aliens or one of those shows. His message says, apparently I am an alien hybrid. I have Rh negative blood. Oh my God. Okay, sorry, I don't believe that. First of all, every human on this earth's an alien hybrid, like all of us. We all have 22 different types of alien species in us, mixed with the original human monkey-like people. So we're all alien hybrids. It has nothing to do with the blood. I am so tired of people doing this bullshit on the bloodlines this and the bloodlines that. Who gives a flying fuck what blood type you are? I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. The only thing I care about my blood type is there is a book called Eat Right for Your Type, and there are certain foods that can be eaten by certain people with certain blood types. So if you are A blood type, for example, you cannot have shellfish. If you're B blood type, there are specific foods you can't eat. If you're O blood type, there are certain things you can't do. That's the only thing I care about, is what foods can I eat that go with my blood type. Other than that, what the origin of the blood type is, I'm sorry, I don't really care. You know what? Because I don't care about the past stuff. I don't care about stuff I have no control. I do not have control over changing my blood type. I'm not going to make whatever blood type I was born with go away. So it doesn't matter if I know where it came from or what it was. It's just going to piss me off. So I would rather just focus on the now moment, which is what you all should be doing, is staying in the now moment and worrying about what do you have control over, which is what I'm going to be teaching you in this Ascension course, is all the things you have 100% control over to make sure you ascend. So I asked my husband, I sent him a text back. I said, who said that? I don't believe it. His answer was, Google it. I was joking, but it is a rare 15% of the population. Supposedly most alien abductees have Rh negative blood. So there you go. For some reason, the aliens are abducting people with Rh negative blood. Do I care? No, because I don't have control over the blood type or what happens to the blood or any of the blood bullshit. I don't, and neither do you. This is the kind of stuff that prevents ascension. It's stuff that you worry about, create fear around. Everybody who's putting out all this blood type stuff, it's creating fear. It's creating panic. It's creating discord. It's creating negative feelings. It's even creating prejudice, where I'm literally seeing groups of people fighting each other over blood types. Like, I hate you because you're an Rh negative. That means you're a reptilian, or some bullshit like that, which is a lie. There's a lot of Rh negative people in my life and in my family, and none of them are reptilian, just so you know. I don't have reptilians in my family. I do have a lot of human souls in my family, and I also have a lot of star seeds who don't know they're star seeds in my family, but none of them are reptilians. So if anybody says Rh negative or reptilians, they're not reptilians. But it doesn't really matter. All of this is creating discord, anger, distrust, feelings of hate, fear. It doesn't matter what blood type you are. Are you going to go have it all removed and changed to O or A or B or C or D or F or G or whatever? No, you can't do anything about that. So move on with your life now and focus on, what do I have control over to help me to ascend? And I'm glad he sent me this text now, because this allowed me to give you all a teaching moment. So that makes me happy. So thank you, husband, upstairs. Anyways, all right. I can't help but laugh at this stuff. It's so hilarious. Okay. All right, everybody. Get comfy. Let me get some beautiful music. Let's get some beautiful music. We want some beautiful 432 hertz music. Okay, you guys should like this. This is deep healing music for body and soul DNA repair and relaxation. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, so everybody join me. First thing we're going to do is we're going to say a little prayer. And we are going to pray over all of these things that we discussed today in this video. Okay? And we're just going to pray for the earth in general. So please join me in this prayer. We, myself, and the collective of light warriors who are watching this video call upon our Divine Mother and Divine Father, Prime Creator Consciousness, that is only love. We call upon Christ Consciousness and Yeshua the Christ. We call upon the archangels and all the angel armies. We call upon the ancestors of myself and every person who is watching this video. We lift this beautiful Mother Earth up to you, Creator, and the angels, and the Christed ones. We ask you to fill every inch of this planet with the highest frequency of unconditional love, light, healing, joy, perfect health, prosperity, unity consciousness, and the unending peace of Christ consciousness. We ask you to purify the earth now of all things that are harmful to the body, mind, and spirit of every living creature on this planet, especially ticks and lab-created diseases, lab-created pokes, all of the poisons being sprayed on the food, in the air, in the water, all the toxins, all the heavy metals that they're putting into everything. We ask for all of those to be purified from the earth now and forever. We do not consent to the harm of any living creature on this earth anymore. We do not consent to the harm of our little ones, of our children and our babies and teenagers, our young people. We ask that all of the education system is purified of all the evil that they are creating. We ask for the religions to be purified of all the lies that they spread to control and manipulate the masses. We ask that all the truth be revealed to everyone so that everyone can be freed from this matrix. We ask that every man, woman, and child on this earth has what they need in order to live a happy, healthy, joy-filled, prosperous life. That every being has a warm home to live in, has a comfortable bed to sleep in, have clothing to wear, have transportation, have all their food, all their health things provided for them. We ask that every human being on this planet have their hearts filled with love and peace and unity and oneness. We ask that every animal and creature that God has created that has been harmed as a result of the dark ones to be completely healed. and made whole. We ask that all of our food is purified, our water is purified, that every drop of water on the earth is purified, all the oceans, all the lakes, all the streams, all the rivers, all the ponds, all the drinking water, all the wells, all the aquifers, all the rivers, all the water is purified. We ask for all the creatures in the ocean to be healed and cleansed of all the heavy metals and contaminants that have been dumped into the oceans by the dark ones. We ask that all the trash and all the pollution on this planet be cleared and purified out of our beautiful Mother Earth. We ask that Mother Earth herself is completely healed and restored to her perfect divine self. We ask that all wars cease and end for all eternity on this earth. We ask for all the souls of the dead that are stuck here to be crossed over to the higher dimensions where they belong with the rest of their families and star families. We ask for all demonic entities, parasitic entities, shadow beings, archons, and any being that is of the dark to be purified, purged, and removed and cleared from this earth. From all time, all space, all places, all dimensions, all realms, all realities, all universes, all pocket universes, and in this now moment. We ask that families are restored that have been broken up by the dark ones. We ask that all families are restored and unified. We ask that the family unit is restored that has been broken apart by the dark ones on purpose. We ask for all people who have mental illness to have their brains completely cleared, healed, and restored to their perfect divine blueprint. We ask that all people with drug or alcohol addictions be completely healed and restored to their perfect divine blueprint. We ask for all addictions and all substances that cause addictions like drugs and alcohol to be purged and cleared from this planet forever. We ask that every evil, vile, hateful, narcissistic being that wishes to harm people or actually harms people be removed from this planet forever. We ask for divine justice for all the living beings on this planet. We ask for a future filled with love, beautiful possibilities, miracles, fun, excitement, joy, bliss, health, happiness, prosperity for everyone, all sorts of beautiful technologies that will be helpful to people. We ask for a beautiful future to be given to us now. We ask for new earth. We ask for new Shambhala, for heaven on earth to be restored here. We ask for the divine feminine and the divine masculine Christ consciousness to be restored now to this earth. We ask for the angel armies and the heavenly host to descend upon this planet now and remove all the darkness, all the evil beings from this planet now. We do not consent ever, we do not consent to any more harm coming to innocent people and innocent children and innocent babies and innocent animals. We do not consent to it happening anymore. We ask for the divine love of Divine Mother, Divine Father, Creator, to fill every being on this earth now, including myself and everyone watching this video. We ask for all timelines to be restored to their divine blueprint of love, light, and goodness. We ask for the entire universe to be purified and restored to its divinity. We ask this all in the name of Yeshua the Christ, the true King of this planet. And so it is done. Beloved, I am that I am. Okay, and now what I want you all to do is close your eyes. And sit up nice and straight. I'm going to do a meditation to actually manifest what we just prayed for. So I want you to envision in your movie screen in your brain. You have a movie screen in your brain. I want you to envision in that movie screen all the muscles in your body relaxing. Just feel your body, feel your head relax, your shoulders relax, your arms relax. Just see your body relaxing on your little mind movie screen and feel your body relaxing. Feel it. Feel into relaxation. Feel your legs relax, your feet relax, your hips relax, your stomach relax. Every part of your body just melting into your chair or bed or couch, wherever you are right now, your car. Just take a few deep breaths and just let out a big just feel your body going deeper and deeper into relaxation as your mind is relaxing. All the muscles are relaxing. Now I want you to imagine that you are now stepping into your light body. Your light body is a bigger, taller version of you that's all made of light and is surrounded by a Merkaba or Merkaba, however you want to pronounce that. The Merkaba is your light vessel that helps you get around the universe, the multiverse. It helps you to travel. So see yourself stepping into that light version of you that's all made of light, and the vessel Merkaba around you that's also made of light and color and sound spinning around you very fast, teleporting you to the higher dimensions. I want you to see every one of us that is on this video now, all the light warriors in their light bodies, standing together, holding hands, all around the earth, all connecting to one another all around the earth. See us all connected. And now see yourself sending beautiful light from your heart space. You're going to see a beautiful light come into your heart space. That is your Christ light. That is your Christ light. You're going to see the Christ light come from your heart space and go out to every one of your sister and brother light warriors around the world. See every one of us receiving this beautiful light. Now, together as one, we're going to all take a deep breath in and out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when you breathe out, we're going to send this light down to the planet Earth. We're going to send it to the Earth, and we're going to see every inch of the Earth filled with this light of purification. Let's breathe in. Send your light down to the Earth. You're going to see the entire planet like it's right before you, and it's all lighting up with Christ consciousness. See it perforating every mountain, every hill, every valley, every river, every ocean, every animal, every plant, every bird, every insect, every human, every creature, even the non-humans that live in this earth, the non-human humanoids. See that light piercing through everything and everyone, just blasting them. It's almost like a nuclear blast. It's just this pure white light with a hint of golden. Christ consciousness. It's filling everything. And see all the darkness dissolving and all the dark ones dissolving and disappearing. Every being who is of the darkness just dissolving and disappearing off the earth one by one. You can picture specific people who you know of. Your World Economic Forum people, Bilderberger people, Gates from Hell, all those people who do terrible things, all the gang members, all the drug dealers, all the traffickers, all the people who harm children, all the PEDOs who harm children. See every one of them literally just disintegrate and disappear. And send the beautiful Christ light through all the loving creatures, all the loving beings, all the beings who are loving and worthy of love. Send them this beautiful Christ light. And envision all of the weapons of destruction on this earth disintegrating and disappearing. Every weapon just disintegrating and disappearing. When there is peace and love prevailing on earth, there will be no need for weapons anymore. See all of that disappearing. And imagine beautiful cities of light springing up everywhere, filled with plants and vegetation. See all the big ugly cities just disappearing and getting replaced with these beautiful cities of light and peace that have green and plants everywhere. See them popping up all over. See all the people living in close-knit communities and exchanging fruits and vegetables and living together in peace. Envision the new government that will happen, that will not be like the old governments. Envision councils of elders in every community, and the elders are wearing beautiful long white robes and carrying scrolls and books. These wise elders will be running everything on the planet on behalf of humanity for our highest good. They will wish for the highest good for everyone, not themselves. They will not be working for their pocketbook and for their ego and their narcissism. They will be working for the highest good of humanity. All the elders sitting in these councils, see them sitting around in council chambers in their white robes, and they're making wise and loving decisions, making wise, loving rules and decisions. They're ruling with love. They're ruling from their heart. They're ruling from their Christ consciousness. See them replace all the governments, see all the current governments on the earth dissolving and disappearing forever. No more governments, no more military except for a space force to help protect the planet from being invaded in the future by bad extraterrestrials, because yes, they do exist. So we will need a space army to protect the planet. So envision that space force, space army that will be the protectors of this world. I think they're also called something guardian. Ishmael Perez has said the word, I can't remember what it's called, something guardian, solar guardian or solar warden, something like that. Solar warden, protecting the planet. We will not need armies on this earth anymore. Everybody will live together in peace and love and unity. Just envision that. Envision that there is no more disease. Everybody's healthy and happy. People living hundreds of years into the future. Some people living as long as 1,500 years. There are no old people. Everybody looks like they're 30 or younger. They may look wise and have a beard, but they're not going to look like they're old. No more need for eyeglasses or contact lenses. Everybody has good vision. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's strong. People have telekinesis. People are speaking to each other telepathically. Just envision all of this. Vision the children in the schools levitating and talking telepathically to each other and having fun on the playground. And being children, not being forced to do all sorts of bad things to their bodies when they're just children. And just see this energy of peace and love transcending all over the planet. Birds are singing with joy everywhere. The lions are laying down with the lambs. The animals are all hanging out together because they no longer need to eat each other anymore. They can just drink water and get energy from the sun and be breatharians and sunarians, get all their vitality from the sun and the air and the water. They don't need to eat each other anymore, so they're hanging out. And the humans are now telepathically speaking with the animals. And a human may have a lion living in their home or with them if that's what they want. If the lion chooses, there will not be any more animal captivity in the future. Animals will not be in zoos. Animals will choose where they go. They're sentient beings. They're very intelligent, and they're higher vibration than humans. They will decide where they go. They will decide if they want a human family. Just feel that peace, that all-ending peace in your heart and in your mind and in your body. The peace and love of a beautiful future that we all have together here. It's coming very soon in our lifetime. And now very slowly see your light body coming back and merging with your human form. Come back into your human brain, your human body, and feel your body. Maybe move your toes, move your feet, move your arms, roll your shoulders back. And come back. All right. How do you feel? Hopefully you feel calm and relaxed. And the last part, actually a bunch of that was channeled. And when I say channeled, it just comes from source right through me. I didn't make that up before I did the video. I didn't write any of it. I didn't think about any of it. I just let it channel through. But the part that was shocking to me was the part that makes me want to cry about the animals, because I did not come up with any of that. That all came right from source. So that did not come from me. So apparently I just learned something new, and that is in the future, the animals will live on sun and water. They will not eat each other. They will hang out, and they will determine if they want to be with us or not. They will not be held captive anymore and imprisoned anymore in zoos and cages and things like that. That's disgusting. So we will share. This is their planet. This is our planet. We all share it together. The lion lays down with the lamb. And that was shocking. I was not expecting that. So I feel very emotional right now about that, because I love animals more than I love humans. So, all right. Whew. Sorry, I found myself again. Now I'm really hot. I got really hot doing that meditation. Because I was just like channeling from source, and it's just very, wow. Okay. Whew. All right, thank you all for joining me today. I have the link to my class down below in the video. I have links if you wish to donate to this channel, and I appreciate everybody who's already donated. If I haven't said thank you on the, Buy Me a Coffee, you have a choice of Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal addresses. If I haven't sent you a thank you note, I apologize. I've been very busy. I've had people who came and stayed with us at our home that I've been entertaining for the last week, and been busy with family stuff and just a lot of things, so I haven't had a chance to go in and say thank you to everybody. So I'm just saying thank you now, and hopefully later I'll also get you individual messages for all of your support for my work. I really appreciate you. I love you all so much, and I hope you will join me on my next video. Everybody take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you on May 30th in my class with Maria on the Ascension Body, Mind, and Spirit diet that we're doing. And just remember, it's not just a diet class, it's a whole body, mind, spirit transformation and to help you ascend. So hopefully I'll see you all there. Take care.